A group of teenagers discover they are able to contact spirits using a mysterious embalmed hand. They become hooked on the new thrill and high-stakes party game until one of them goes too far and unleashes terrifying supernatural forces. Watch out for spoilers. The film begins with a guy named Cole at a party, vigorously searching for his brother Duckett. He finds Duckett locked in a room, shirtless and mumbling unfamiliar words. Cole breaks the door down and pulls Duckett out. The partygoers start filming the duo. Cole is not pleased with the situation. He starts yelling at them to stop filming. All of a sudden, Duckett pulls out a knife and stabs Cole in the stomach. Duckett then goes outside and stabs himself in the eye, shocking the others, which leaves them screaming. In another part of town, 17-year-old Mia is grieving the second anniversary of her mother, Ria's death. Mia believes that her mother died of an accidental overdose. Mia lives with her father, Max, but they don't communicate much after the incident of her mom's death. Mia spends more time with her best friend, Jade, the younger brother, Riley, who is really fond of Mia, and their mother, Sue, who is protective of her children. One evening, Mia picks up Riley from hanging out with his friend, and on the way back, they find a kangaroo on the street that has recently been hit. It is moaning in agony, so Riley tells Mia they should put it out of its misery. Mia attempts to drive over the kangaroo's head, only to find herself unable to do so, and just drives around it instead. After Mia brings Riley, he blames Jade that she forgot to pick him up. Jade convinces Mia to join her for a party, mainly because Jade's boyfriend Daniel will be there. When Sue comes back from work, she hugs Mia, consoling her on her mother's anniversary, and tells Mia she is always welcome in her home. Later, Riley joins them as they sneak out for the party. The party is hosted by Joss and Haley. Everyone gathers as they take out an embalmed hand of a medium with writing scribbled on it. The purpose of their game is to hold on to the hand so that spirits may be conjured. After being accused of not being fun at the party, Mia volunteers to go first. Haley lights a candle and instructs Mia on what to say. She grabs the hand and says, "Talk to me." Mia sees the spirit of an old man and freaks out at first, but then goes back and repeats the phrase, followed by, "I let you in." She sees the spirit of a grotesque-looking woman, and holds for longer than before. Though Mia appears possessed, she starts laughing and her eyes begin to turn black, and suddenly the door opens and jams. Mia starts speaking in a creepy and threatening voice toward Riley. They tried to remove the embalmed hand, but it was difficult to. She keeps threatening Riley, saying, "They'll split ya," before the hand is pulled from her grip. She immediately goes back to normal. At night, Riley is unable to sleep after what he experienced at the party, so he goes to Mia and they discuss it before Riley sleeps off. We see a dead hand touching him while asleep. The group later plays the game again at Jade's house when Sue steps out for the night. The older teens play and have various encounters with the undead, including one instance where Daniel is possessed and starts unintentionally making out with Jade and Riley's dog. Everyone kept on going round after round until Riley then asks to go next, despite Jade going against it and the others thinking he is too young. Jade leaves the room, and because Riley is insistent, Mia goes through with it and opts for him to go for less than a minute. Riley is possessed by what sounds like her mother, Ria's spirit, speaking to Mia and saying how much she misses her. When the time limit passes, Mia wants to keep talking to Ria before Riley begins smashing his head against the table and nearly gouges his eye out. As the others try to stop him, they end up pushing him across the room. Riley almost fatally breaks his skull before Jade puts her hand on the table, reducing the impact. Riley is taken to the hospital. When Mia tries to visit Riley at the hospital, both Jade and Sue turn her away, blaming her for what happened to him. As Mia was about to leave, she sees her mom's ghost and suddenly the door closes. Mia believes that she is hallucinating. She suddenly encounters Daniel, who opts to take her home. She spends more time with Daniel, as she has a crush on him and previously had a brief encounter with him. He sleeps over that night, and Mia appears to see the spirit of an old woman sucking on Daniel's foot. While Mia tries to yell at him to wake up, she wakes up and finds that she is the one sucking his foot, to his horror. Daniel is disgusted and leaves. Mia takes the hand for herself and sets up her candle to try and speak to Ria's spirit. She is told that her death was accidental and that she would never want to leave her daughter. Ria tells Mia that Riley is in pain and is being tortured by other spirits, and that he needs help. Meanwhile, Jade tries to help Riley at the hospital, but he is still possessed and bites her before falling to the floor and smashing his head against the wall in the bathroom before the doctors subdue him. In another scene, Mia joins Daniel, Haley, and Joss as they track down Cole, who was stabbed at the beginning of the movie. Cole blames Joss for showing Duckett the hand, which eventually led to his death. Cole tells them that the longer the spirits stay in Riley, the weaker they get, so they will just have to wait it out. Mia comes up with an idea to try and finish the game because she doesn't think they blew out the candle. She goes with Jade to the hospital to try and get the spirits to repossess Riley and find a way to pull him out, but it doesn't work. Mia then goes back in and finds the spirit of a little girl who shows her that Riley is being tormented by dozens of other malevolent spirits. When Mia returns home, Max, her father, approaches her and tries to come forward with the truth about Ria's death. He shows Mia her suicide note, confirming that her death was not an accident. As Mia cries in her room, she sees Ria's spirit claiming that Max wrote the note as a lie, and also tells her that Riley is suffering and can only be saved through death. Max then appears to be banging on the door, but it's really the evil spirits tormenting Mia. Max hears Mia struggling against Spirit Max and he enters the room, just as Mia tries to stab the spirit, and ends up stabbing her father in the neck with scissors. Mia later calls Jade and tricks into leaving the hospital and going to her house, while Mia goes back to the hospital and talks to Sue. Sue tells Mia that she was never to blame for what happened to Riley, and she lets Mia be alone with him. She tries to kill him with a pair of scissors but cannot bring herself to do it. She takes Riley out in a wheelchair. On reaching Mia's home, Jade finds Max injured and realizes Mia is going to do something to Riley. Mia wheels Riley out toward traffic, seeing him as an old, decaying spirit. Ria's spirit tries to make Mia push him, while Jade arrives in time. Mia ends up letting go of the wheelchair, but Jade pushes her into traffic, causing a car to strike her. Mia wakes up, not realizing she is dead. She finds herself transported to the hospital, where Riley has made a full recovery and is seen going home with Jade and Sue. Max also appears to be healed from his wounds, but as Mia tries to follow them, nobody can hear her as the lights in the hospital begin to go out. She then sees a dim light and finds a hand reaching out. When she grabs it, she finds herself facing a man in another country playing the Talk to Me game, and she is now part of it. The end. Subscribe if you enjoyed this horror movie and also leave a like. See you next time.